Hello students, now we are going to see January 2nd week banking awareness. So January 2nd week means from Jan 9 to Jan 15 banking awareness news we are going to discuss. Before that, two important announcements. Once you have completed watching this video, there is a quiz link in the description box. I have given the quiz. So after watching this video, attend the quiz and check your score. So that will definitely help you to boost your score in the bank exam means. Another important announcement is that if you want to download the banking awareness PDF, the news articles, what you are going to see, right? If you want to download it, the PDF link is also given in the description box. You can download it. Okay, right? Let's begin. So January 2nd week banking awareness. So as usual, every week in banking awareness section, we will be covering these topics, right? Banking newses, NBFC newses, insurance newses, and government finance newses. We will be covering every week, same as that this week also we are going to cover, because these topics, under these topics only in bank awareness section, in bank exam, more probable questions were asked. So that only we are moving on to this four topics: banking newses, NBFCs, and insurance, and government finance newses. Right. January 9, Monday news. Let's begin. First one. INFS pays Canara Bank others rupees 1,300 crore. Yes. INFS Company. It is an NBFC company. In 2018, this NBFC company has defaulted. Actually, this NBFC company have given loans to many business people. They haven't repaid the loans. So automatically, actually for giving loans to those customers, NBFC will take loan from the banks. Automatically, if the customers don't pay, NBFCs also could not pay to the bank. So that's what led to the crisis of Infrastructure Leasing and Financial Services Company, INFS, in 2018. So finally, government get in. And 2020, Kotak Mahindra Bank MD Uday Kotak sir, they have appointed in the new board. They are appointed as the new management people. HFC chairman is also appointed as the new management people. After that, slowly they have recovered the default amount. Actually, totally 1 lakh crore rupees. This was the amount INFS company have defaulted. After Uday Kotak sir entered into the management, around 55,000 crore rupees they have collected. They have recovered around 55,000 crore rupees, because in 2018, while this NBFC entered into the crisis, while this NBFC had made a default, so it was found that most of the management people have done more fraud. They have done many flaws that lead to the crisis in the default of the INFS company. Same as that, now they are repaying it. Now they are repaying it, the loans which they have taken from the bank. Now they are repaying it, slowly they are repaying it. This time also they have repaid around 1,300 crore rupees to the bank. Actually, here they have these secured creditors. Secured creditors. This INFS company have got loan from many banks, but most importantly, they have got major amount from which bank is Canara Bank, Union Bank of India, Central Bank of India, Punjab and Sindh Bank, and IFSC. So from these banks only they have taken major amount of loan. So these were the secured creditors. They will be naming them as secured creditors, and these 5 secured creditors, who is leading is among these 5 secured creditors, Canara Bank is the leading person, leading bank who leads these secured creditors. So for those secured creditors, INFS company have paid 1,300 crore rupees. Actually, this 1,300 crore rupees is the settlement dues from Rapid Metro Rail Gurgaon South. So from this company, actually in 2018 also, INFS company have given loan to this company. This company also haven't repaid to INFS company. So that also made to the default. So now they have repaid it. Automatically, INFS company have repaid that amount to Canara Bank led secured creditors. So 1,300 crore rupees totally they have paid to the lenders. Canara Bank led team, they have paid it. So they have recovered around 87% amount they have recovered it. So okay, so totally 1,500 crore rupees they have paid. INFS company have paid to the secured creditors. So among 100%, 87% amount they have recovered. This bank has recovered from INFS company. So that's what the news is. Now actually this INFS company has made a huge default. 1 lakh crore rupees. 1 lakh crore rupees loan they have defaulted to the bank. After that, they have paid around 50,000 crore rupees. They have repaid it. But after that also huge amount is there. It is left behind, right? So that also they have to pay it. So now slowly they are paying it. Among that 1,300 crore rupees loan also they have paid to the Canara Bank led team. They have paid it. Okay, right? That's what the news is. Then second news, government receives a multiple expression of interest for IDBA Bank stake, Fairfax Group among likely bidders. So this news also every week we are seeing it, right? In IDBA Bank, government and LIC hold 94.5% share. IDBA Bank 94.5% share. Government and LIC hold in the IDBA Bank. Now, government and LIC thought to sell 60.72% share. So for that, they have conducted the expression of interest. They have conducted the expression of interest on January 7. So previously they have conducted it. More and more people are willing to buy this government and LIC share in IDBA Bank. So same as that, Deepam Secretary Tuhin Kanta Pandey sir said, yes, more and more people are interested to buy the IDBA Bank government and LIC share. In that Prem Vatsa led Fairfax Group, they also told their interest, and Japanese bank also are willing to buy the government and LIC share in the IDBA Bank. Okay, right? So he is the Deepam Secretary, Department of Investment and Public Asset Management. Secretary is Tuhin Kanta Pandey. He is the man. Actually, what this department does? This department takes care of the government shares, selling and buying of the government shares in the companies. These department only take care of that. So now they have told that yes, definitely government and LIC are going to sell their 60.72% share in IDBA Bank. Those who are interested, you can give your names. So more and more people are interested to buy this. Among that, Prem Vatsa is also interested, and Japanese bank is also interested to buy this share. Then third news also same as related to IDBA Bank. IDBA Bank disinvestment process to complete in financial year 2023-24. So current financial year, what we are going through is financial year 22-23. Next financial year is financial year 23-24. So Deepam Secretary told that most probably IDBA Bank sale would be completed in financial year 23-24. That's what Deepam Secretary Tuhin Kanta Pandey sir have told. Right, more and more people are also interested to buy the government and LIC share in IDBA Bank. So totally, government and LIC hold 94.7% share in IDBA Bank. In that, they are going to sell 60.72% share. Right. So totally, government and LIC alone hold about 94.7% share in IDBA Bank. So remaining 5.28% is held by the public. So once the company which participated in the bidding, and finally if they have selected that they are going to buy the government LIC's share in the IDBA Bank, they should also purchase this 5.28% share from the public. That's what the condition government have insisted. Government have told that, okay, right, you can buy 60.72% share from us, but after buying the share, what you have to do is the remaining 5.28% share, which is with the public, also you have to buy it. If you obey this condition, you can buy the share, or else you move on. So that's what the government have told it. That is also it is told in this news article, right? Then fourth news, loan fraud case, Bombay High Court grants bail to Chanda Kochar, her husband. This news also we have seen in the previous week. Right, sir. Former ICICI Bank CEO Chanda Kochar ma'am and her husband Deepak Kochar sir, they have made allegations in the ICICI Bank in the year 2018. They have given loan to the Videocon group. Finally, Videocon group have defaulted the loan. That led to the allegations filed against Chanda Kochar ma'am. So finally, she resigned from her post. From 2018 onwards, cases are going on. But now CBI have arrested them. So before that, cases were moving on Chanda Kochar ma'am and her husband, but they haven't arrested. But now CBI have arrested, but Bombay High Court have granted them bail. So of rupees 1 lakh each, Bombay High Court have granted the bail. CBI also opposes that, right? But now they have granted the bail. Now they were released. That's what this news is. This is ICICI Bank CEO Chanda Kochar ma'am and her husband Deepak Kochar. Then fifth news, Reliance Capital lenders decide to go for fresh auction. This news also we are seeing every week. Anil Ambani led Reliance Capital company is going for the fresh auction, because previously December 21 a challenge mechanism, auction was held, e-auction was held. In that auction, Torrent Group, has won that bidding. Torrent Group has won that auction. But one day after the auction, after December 21, one day after December 21, December 22, Hinduja Group have told that I am giving more amount than Torrent Group, now give the loan to me. But finally Torrent Group opposed it because auction is finalized on December 21. After that only he is quoting this amount. So you should not give this Anil Ambani led Reliance Capital loan to Hinduja Group. Finally, they have both companies have filed a petition in the National Company Law Tribunal. Now, National Company Law Tribunal, what they have decided is, let us conduct a fresh auction. December 21 auction, let it be. But let us once more, let us conduct a fresh auction. So that's led to the confusion among Torrent Group and Hinduja Group. Now they are opposing this too. National Company Law Tribunal, why they have told that we are conducting a fresh auction is because committee of creditors, these banks who have given loan to the Reliance Capital, they have told that actually we have planned to recover around 12,500 crore to 13,000 crore rupees. So in the auctioning, we expect the auction amount to be around 12,500 to 13,000 crore, but both the Torrent Group and Hinduja Group have quoted only 9,000 crores. Below 9,000 crore only they have quoted in the auction. So let us conduct the first auction. Let us conduct the first auction. In that the minimum, because in the December 21 auction, the minimum threshold value, the minimum value for the auctioning is set up as 6,500 crore rupees. But now they have told that we are going to conduct a fresh auction. In that the minimum threshold value will be 9,500 crore rupees. That's what they have told it. For this decision also, both the Torrent and Hinduja Group is also is opposing that. But Torrent Group is opposing more because in the first auction itself, I have owned the bidding, right? You can give it to me. Why are you conducting second auction? That's what the Torrent Group insists. That's what they are insisting, right? So in that they have told that lenders fixing the threshold value. In the second auction, the threshold value will be 9,500 crore rupees. In that, those who are quoting above 9,400 crore rupees, if you are winning the bid, you have to pay the upfront cash of around 8,000 crore rupees. So upfront cash you have to give 8,000 crore rupees. After that, you can quote higher than that. You can quote higher than 9,500 crore rupees, but upfront cash you have to give around 8,000 crore rupees. You have to give upfront cash. So finally, Torrent Group filed a petition, and now National Company Law Tribunal, what they have told is, okay, right, let us see. January 12, we will be seeing, once again, we will be hearing that case. They have told it. But in this news, they have told that Reliance Capital Company is going to conduct a fresh auction. Other than December 21 auction, now they are going to conduct the second auction too, right? That's what they have told us. So this follow a row over Hinduja Group, because this is opposed both by Torrent Group and Hinduja Group, but this situation is happened because of the Hinduja Group, because in the first auctioning itself, Torrent Group have owned it. They have won the auction. But Hinduja Group, after one day, they are quoting that I am giving higher amount, give the loan to me. So that led to the tough situation. Finally, National Company Law Tribunal, okay, right, I am not giving the loan to both of you. Now I am going to conduct a fresh auction. Quote more than 9,500 crore rupees. Who is winning it? I will be giving the loan amount to them. Right? That's what they have discussed in this news. They have told in this news. Then 6th news. Same Reliance Company, Reliance Capital news. Anil Ambani led Capital news. National Company Law Tribunal rejects Torrent Investments plea to halt Reliance Capital Company Committee of Creditors voting for second auction. Now, Torrent Group is opposing it, right? They are opposed. They are giving petition to the National Company Law Tribunal that National Company Law Tribunal should not conduct the second auction. That Committee of Creditors should not conduct the second auction, but National Company Law Tribunal reject that petition. They have told National Company Law Tribunal told that, okay, right, for the Committee of Creditors, they have to get the higher amount in the bidding. But you have quoted very, very low amount. So they are planned to conduct the fresh auction. What is in that? The fresh auction, you also participated. You quote more amount, win the bidding and take it. So that's what now Reliance Capital, that's what now National Company Law Tribunal have told to the Torrent Group and Hinduja Group. Right? So this matter, they will told that, Tribunal have told that, okay, right, once again we will be hearing this petition on January 12. But anyway, Committee of Creditors are going to conduct the fresh auction. It is going to happen because they have planned to recover around 12,000 to 13,000 crore rupees they have expected in the auctioning. Right? This is what the amount they have planned. Okay, right, this much amount we will get from the auction, but they haven't got it. So that they are planning to conduct the second auction. So Hinduja Group entity submitted its bid 24 hours after the auction deadline. That's what the problem is. This Hinduja Group after the Torrent groups, that after the auctioning date, December 21, after that only they have told that, okay, right, we are giving higher amount than Torrent group, give the loan to them. So finally that led to the fight between Torrent group and Hinduja group. Both went to National Company Law Tribunal. Now National Company Law Tribunal have told that, okay, right, I am rejecting both of you. Committee of creditors have told that they are going to conduct the fresh auction, participated, quote higher amount, win the bidding and take the loan. Now they have told it, right? Then 7th news. Sale of health insurance policies rising in rural areas report. Yes, right. Actually, a report by Times of India, they have told that, in that report, Times of India report, they have told that more and more people in rural areas are willing to buy health insurance policies. Now they are buying more health insurance policies because due to the rising cost of the healthcare services, medical treatment cost is going very high. As well as in the COVID situation, more people have become aware about the importance of the health insurance. Now they have become aware that, okay, right, if you are paying month on month 100 and 200 rupees premium, we can get a health insurance cover at around 1 lakh to 2 lakh rupees, and we can get a higher treatment cost also. It is very useful. Very useful. So now more and more people in rural areas, now they are opting for the health insurance policies, right? So as per the report, private insurance companies like Kotak Mahindra, General Insurance, Niva Bupa, Star Health have told that more and more people are willing to buy, and more policies also sold to the rural areas. They have told that. Then 8th news. India's credit worthiness stable compared to negative outlook for the world, says Moody's credit rating agency. So Moody's credit rating agency, they have told that compared to other countries, other bigger economies, Indian economy is performing well. So we are giving the rating as stable compared to the negative outlook, because bigger economies like China, US, they have given this Moody's credit rating agency have given negative credit. Now they have given stable credit to India in Asia Pacific region, because Indian economy is performing better. In India, credit growth is in a double digit number. Actually around 18 to 19% there is a credit growth. More and more people, more and more corporate companies, they are willing to take loan from the banking sector. That led to more credit growth in Indian economy. As well as RBI and government are taking steps to control the inflation. So Indian economy is performing better when compared to other bigger economies. So that they have told that we are giving credit rating as stable for India, and other economies we are giving as a negative outlook. Negative rating they are giving. That's what they have told in this news. Okay, that's all. So January 9, Monday news, we have completed it. Now we are going to see the January 10, Tuesday news we are going to see. Okay, right. 9th news. Some lenders still continuing with the LIBOR contract, says RBI. Yes, RBI had recently conducted a meeting with some senior executives of all top banks. So with them, RBI have conducted a meeting. In that, RBI had told that still some of the banks are following the LIBOR rate. Still some of the banks are using the London Interbank offered rate. Some of the banks are using it. In July 2021, RBI had told that most of the banks should not use, actually Indian banks should not use LIBOR as the exchange rate or reference rate. You should not use it. So that's what only RBI told in July 2021. But in that meeting, RBI told that still some of the banks are utilizing it. Why they are using it? Tell me the reason. That's what the RBI had asked it. First, you have to know what is LIBOR. LIBOR, right? London Interbank Offered Rate. What is meant by that? Actually, it is a benchmark rate based on which major global banks lend to one another. Right? Throughout the world, major global banks, they will be lending to one another based on this rate, that is London Interbank Offered Rate. This rate will be published by Intercontinental Exchange. This organization will publish this London Interbank Offered Rate, but recently this LIBOR have got into many scandals and questions. So that UK and Federal Reserve, American Central Bank, what they have decided is, okay, right, from June 30, 2023, LIBOR won't be there. This interbank offered rate won't be there. Instead, we will be utilizing secured overnight financing rate. That's what London and Federal Reserve have told that. So RBI in 2021 itself, RBI told that banks should not use LIBOR as the reference point to lend to the global banks and for the trade purpose. But still, most of the banks are utilizing, most of the banks are using this LIBOR as the reference rate to lend for trade contracts or lend to international banks or global banks, other countries' banks. So some lenders providing trade credits linked with the LIBOR. So RBI told that still some of the banks are linking, still some of the banks are giving credit based on the LIBOR. Banks are told to develop separate operating procedure for inserting fallback clause and uniform adoption. Yes, RBI in 2021 itself, RBI told that I have inserted a fallback clause. What is a fallback clause? Is nothing but don't follow LIBOR rate. Instead, use alternate reference rate. Utilize that. Don't utilize LIBOR rate. That's what the fallback clause they have told it. But still, most of the banks, in most of the banks' websites, they are conducting the trade credit based on this LIBOR rate. That's why only RBI in this meeting with the senior executives of the top banks, RBI told that still most of the banks are utilizing it. Stop it. That's what RBI is telling it. Yeah, okay. Then second news. Then 10th news. Axis Bank enters into revised pact with Max Financial Services for acquiring additional 7% stake in Max Life Insurance Company. Actually, Max Life Insurance Company is a subsidiary company of Max Financial Services Company. Actually, in the year 2021, Axis Bank had told that they will be acquiring around 20% share in Max Life Insurance Company. But in the year 2022, Axis Bank have acquired around 12.99% share. So overall 13% share they have acquired it. Now the remaining 7% share they are telling that now we are going to acquire it. That's what Axis Bank have told that because recently IRDA have released the new guidelines. Based on that, for Max Life Insurance Company and Axis Bank, IRDA insurance regulator have imposed a fine of rupees 3 crore and rupees 2 crore for not obeying their norms. Because for acquiring this 13%, 12.99% share in Max Life Insurance, Axis Bank have not followed the insurance regulator regulations. For that, they have introduced penalty. They have imposed penalty on both Max Life Insurance and Axis Bank. So after paying all the penalties, now Axis Bank have told that now we are acquiring the remaining 7% share in Max Life Insurance Company. That's what they have told in this news. Then 11th news. Budget 2023 boosting stability in financial sector amidst global uncertainty. Yes, there is a global uncertainty situation in most of the countries. In major economies also there is a crisis situation. For example, in US, there is also inflation. For that, US Federal Reserve, their central bank is taking steps. They are increasing the interest rate. Then there is a Russia-Ukraine war. Due to that, more and more people have get into trouble. At the same time, the prices of the commodities, the inflation also got increased, right? Inflation gets increased. That leads to inflation. Most of the prices of the commodities that got increased. That is due to Russia-Ukraine war. In China, it is also one of the biggest economies in the world. There they are having next COVID wave, and for that they are imposing lockdown. So most of the major economies, US, Russia, China, they have all entered into a crisis situation, uncertainty situation. India is also having that impact. If there is a Russia-Ukraine war, that will impact Indian economy also. That would affect India's trade also. So if there is a increase in the interest rate in US Federal Reserve, that is their central bank, that will also have impact on Indian economy. More and more foreign investors are taking their investments from India and investing in American market, because there they are going to get more returns. So amidst this situation, how the financial year 2023-24 budget will be, that's what the news is. Because for the next financial year, in February 1, 2023, for the next financial year, this financial year, February 1, our finance minister will give the budget, will give the union budget. Okay, right? So, in that union budget, where what was the plan of the government? Is there anything they are going to reduce it, or else is there anything they are going to increase it? That's what the discussion is. That's what they have told in this article. In this article, they have told that for the next financial year, in the budget, the government have told that they are definitely going to increase the capital expenditure. For the capital expenditure purposes, for infrastructure purposes, government is definitely going to spend more. But they are going to cut the food and fertilizer subsidy, and they are going to reduce the health expenditure also, because previous to financial year government have allocated more in the budget for health expenditure due to the COVID-19 wave. Now the COVID-19 wave have reduced in India, right? So for that, this next financial year budget, government may reduce the health expenditure, government may reduce the food and fertilizer subsidy, but definitely government is going to spend more in the capital expenditure purposes. That's what they have told in this article. In this, what the finance minister is going to tell in this union budget 2022 financial year 2023-24 union budget in February 1, 2023, finance minister is more probably tell that more and more fund will be allocated for the capital expenditure purposes. Despite the global uncertainty situation which is happening throughout the world, our government will perform better. For that, more and more allocations will be done. That's what they had told in this news. Then one more important fact is that this financial year 2023-24 budget will be the full-fledged budget. Will be the full budget which will be imposed by union government, right? Why this year's budget will be only the full budget? Because the next financial year budget, financial year 2024-25 budget will not be full year's budget, because next year we are going to have Lok Sabha election. So new parliament election is going to begin. So that for that year, for that financial year 2024-25, first the government will be going for interim budget. After that only they will be going for, after the election which party is coming to power, they will be going for the full-fledged budget. So this is the last budget in this 5-year period, 2019 to 2024. This is the last full-fledged budget. So as usual, government will spend more for the capital and infrastructure purposes, but they are going to reduce their food and fertilizer subsidy as well as health expenditure also. They are going to reduce it. So this is what they have told in this article. Budget 2023 boosting stability in financial sector. Financial sector is stable. Despite the global uncertainty situation, our financial sector is stable in Indian economy. But despite that, government is trying to reduce their expenditure and planning more ways to increase their revenue. They are planning, right? Then 12th news. Reliance Capital's most lenders likely to vote for second auction. Yes, right. As usual, same news, what we have discussed. What we have discussed previously. Some minutes back we have discussed, right? So, Reliance Capital's loan bidding is conducted on December 21. In that bidding, Torrent Group has quoted a higher amount. Torrent Group has quoted rupees 8,640 crore rupees. After one day, actually December 22, Hinduja Group have quoted 8,950 crore rupees. They have told that I am quoting more amount than Torrent Group, so give the Reliance Capital loan to me. And they have told one more thing, that I will be giving upfront cash of around 8,110 crore rupees. I will be giving full cash. So suddenly after hearing this, Torrent Group have told that I am the one who had won the bidding. On that day, December 21 only, you have conducted the bidding. On that day, I am the one who had quoted the higher amount. Hinduja Group, after the bidding date only, they are quoting the higher amount. So, as per the procedure, you have to give the Reliance Capital loan to me only. Okay, right. Your problem is only the upfront cash, right? So, I will be giving the whole amount, 8,640 crore rupees, full cash I will be giving that to you. So, give the Reliance Anil Ambani loan, Reliance Capital loan to me. So, finally, this... both of them, they filed petitions in National Company Law Tribunal. Finally, National Company Law Tribunal inquired the administrator. Finally, now they have, what administrator told the National Company Law Tribunal is that the committee of creditors, they were not satisfied with the bidding amount. They told that the bidding amount which is quoted by both the Torrent and the Hinduja Group, that is below their threshold value. That they have expected around 12,000 to 13,000 crore rupees. They have expected that they will get in the bidding, but they have get around only 9,000 crore rupees. Below 9,000 crore rupees only they have got in the bidding. So that what they have told is, committee of creditors, what they have decided is, let us go for a second auction. And most of the committee of creditors, most of the banks are willing. They have voted to conduct the second auction, but Torrent and Hinduja Group are opposing it. But anyway, committee of creditors have told that we are going to conduct the first auction. Most probably that will be on January 19. January 19. Most probably next week there will be second auction, right? So that's what they have told in this news. Then 13th news. Private equity inflows plunged 42% to US dollar 23.3 billion in 2022 year report by Refinitiv. As per the report submitted by Refinitiv, this company, they have told that private investments in India's domestic companies have reduced 42% to US dollar 23.3 billion in 2022. 2022 year, private investments have reduced around 42%. This was low since 2019 because in 2019 only they have got a private investments around 15.8 billion. That is what the lowest private investment they have got in 2019. After that, in 2022, this was the lowest private investments in domestic companies. That may be due to, the reason is that may be due to Russia-Ukraine war which happened in February 2022. That may be the reason which reduced the private investments in Indian domestic companies. But still, private investments are reduced in Indian companies. But among the Indian companies, among the Indian domestic companies, which companies have received more private investments? The list is topped by Think and Learn Versailles Innovation. This company have received around US dollar 800 million. Then Bharati Airtel, they have got around US dollar 700 million. Tata Motors Electric Mobility, they have got around US dollar 494.7 million. Reliance Retail, they have got around US dollar 343.5 million. NTX Transportation Services, they have got around US dollar 330 billion. Delhi Very, they have got around 304 million US dollars. Busy Bees Logistics Solution, they have received around US dollar 300 million each. You don't have to muck up the value, but you know this fact. The fact is that yes, private investments have reduced in the year 2022. But among the companies, among the domestic companies which received more in 2022 is Think and Learn Versailles Innovation, which received around US dollar 800 million private investment. Okay, right? That one fact you know it. So that's all we have completed. January 10, Tuesday news we have completed this. Now we are going to see January 11, Wednesday news we are going to see. 14th news. Reliance Capital's lenders plan second auction on January 19. So as usual, Reliance Capital lenders, they have planned to conduct the second auction on January 19. Still, Hinduja Group and Torrent Group are against this second auction, but Committee of Creditors, they have told that we are planning to conduct the second auction on January 19, despite there is a case in National Company Law Tribunal which is to be heard on January 12. January 12 petition, they will be, National Company Law Tribunal will be hearing the petition of Torrent and Hinduja Group, but still the auctioning will be conducted on January 19, that they have told it. Right. So actually for this second auction, administrator Nageshwar Rao sir, he had circulated a circular. He had given a circular to all the bidders who are participating in the bidding. He had given this circular. In that circular, what he told is that, what is written in that circular is that this auction is the continuation of the previous auction. It is not a new auction. This is the continuation of the previous auction which happened on December 21. That's what they have told in that circular. Right. In the circular, they have told that the minimum threshold value for the second auction will be rupees 9,500 crore rupees and the upfront cash should be rupees 8,000 crore rupees. And in the second round of the second auction, the minimum threshold value would be increased to 10,000 crore rupees. In the third round, 10,250 crore rupees. What it means is that the companies which are participating in the second auction of the Reliance Capital Company's loans, they have to quote amount higher than 10,250 crore rupees. That's what they are meaning. That's what they are telling, that if anyone in the second auction, if they want to win the bidding, they have to quote above rupees 10,250 crore rupees and they have to give a upfront cash of rupees 8,000 crore rupees. That's what they have told it. Right? Then 15th news. Government likely to get financial bids for IDB Bank sale by September, Deepam Secretary says. Yes, Deepam Secretary, they have told that, Secretary told that this IDB Bank's disinvestment process, that is government and LIC's share selling of IDB Bank, will be completed by this year, September 2023. It will be completed. It will be completed. So government and LIC, they are planning to sell their 60.72% share in IDB Bank For this, in January 7, previous week, they have conducted the expression of interest. Those who are willing to buy this government LIC share, they can give their names. So more and more people have given their interest in buying this LIC and government share in IDB Bank. So if you see is, government and LIC is planning to sell 60.72% share in IDB Bank. In that, government have planned to sell 30.48% and LIC have planned to sell 30.24%. So totally 60.72% share of LIC and government will be sold in the IDB Bank. So will be sold in the IDB Bank. Totally they have how much percentage share they have hold it? Government and LIC hold it around 94.72% share they are holding in IDB Bank. So in that they are planning to sell 60.72% share. So remaining, after selling the government and LIC shares, the remaining share which will be with the government and LIC is 34%. They will be having only 34% remaining share. So most probably this IDB Bank disinvestment process will be completed by September 2023. That's what said by the DPAM secretary. Then 16th news. RBI says 10 NBFCs surrender registration certificates. Yes, RBI told that 10 NBFC company and 1 asset reconstruction company that they have surrendered their registration certificate, that may be due to some problem between RBI and that NBFC company. But in that you have to notice that one ARC company, they have surrendered the registration certificate. That ARC company's name is Lone Star India Asset Reconstruction Company Limited, and 10 NBFCs also surrendered their registration certificate. Among them, Telecom Investment India Private Limited is also one, Srinivasa Finance Corporation Private Limited, and Parking Marketing Private Limited. These were the NBFCs that have surrendered their registration certificate to RBI, and one ARC company, Lone Star India Asset Reconstruction Company, also surrendered their RC, registration certificate, to RBI. Then 17th news. Cabinet approves promotional incentives worth rupees 2,600 crore for RuPay debit cards, low value UPI transactions. Yes, government have told that they are giving 2,600 crore rupees incentives to the banks to enhance the RuPay debit card transactions and UPI transactions. So for that purpose, government is giving rupees 2,600 crore rupees as incentives to banks for the utilization of RuPay debit cards and BIM UPI by the customers. Right. One more announcement was told by the cabinet. They have told that they are also giving approval to set up national level multi-state cooperative export society. Yes. Actually, cooperative societies in every state, it will be comprising maximum, it will be comprising of members belonging to that state only. But in 1 or 2 months back, they have told that they should form, the government should give approval for the multi-state cooperative society. That multi-state cooperative societies must be formed. So now the government has given the approval. So in this cooperative society, members will be from different states. So it is the interbank cooperative society also, we can tell that. So multi-state export cooperative society to setting up multi-state cooperative export society. Now cabinet has given the approval under Multi-State Cooperatives Act 2022. So based on this act, now they have given the approval. There is an act in the parliament. There is an act which was formulated by the government in 2022 to set up multi-state cooperative societies. Still we have multi-state cooperative societies, but now government has given approval to set up multi-state cooperative export society. They have given approval. Right. So in this article, one more important point you have to notice that RuPay and debit card transactions. So overall, if you see the digital transactions in the year, in the month of December 2022, it had crossed the 700 crore mark. So in the month of December 2022, digital transactions stood at 730 crore. So 730 crore total number of digital transactions. Yes, sir. Total number of digital transactions. Value is different, but total number of digital transactions done was 730 crore. So 730 crore people have done the digital transaction. It has crossed the 700 crore mark. It is the first time. It is the first time we are crossing the 700 crore that mark. That limit we are crossing it. So in December 2022, 730 crore people have done the digital transactions, and there was 7% growth when compared to the previous month. So 7% growth, total number of transactions happened in November. So compared to November, 7% digital transactions growth has happened. So that one more fact also, you know it. Then 18th news. Commercial loan origination volumes declined 4.3% in financial year 2021-22. Average ticket sizes jump report. So as per report by Swift Highmark rating agency, they have told that for the financial year 2021-22, it is important because this financial year is completed. It is finished. It is over. So for this financial year 2021-22, commercial loan origination volume, so total number of people who have availed the commercial loan, it decreased to 4.33% to 22.2 lakh loans. So volume, total number of people who have availed who have got the commercial loan, it decreased to 4.3% when compared to the financial year 2021. Right. Total value, origination by value, loan value, it got increased. It increased by around 73% to 66.49 lakh crore rupees. Loans were given by commercial bank. So commercial loans were given to the value of around 66.49 lakh crore rupees. Volume, total number of people who got the commercial loan is 22.2 lakh people have got the commercial loans in the COVID year, because in that financial year it is the COVID time, second wave of the COVID, it happened in that financial year. So that time the commercial loan which was availed by the which are availed by the people, it got declined, it got reduced. That's what they have told in this report. One more important information they have told in this report, they have told that average ticket sizes, it got increased. Commercial loan volume got a decrease, but commercial loan value, it gets increased. Same as an average ticket size also increased. Compared to the financial year 2020-21, in financial year 2021-22, average ticket sizes also got increased. Then, sir, what is meant by ticket size? Actually, ticket size is total amount a customer spent in one visit. A customer, if they are visiting a bank, at that time, what was the amount spent by the customer to get the bank products? So, total amount a customer spent in one visit in a bank is called the ticket size. So, average in the financial year 2021-22, the average ticket size for the state-owned lenders, government banks, is 3.34 crore. So, it is the average ticket size per customer in the government bank in the financial year 2021-22. Then average ticket size for the private banks, it stood at around rupees 3.30 crore. So it is increased. It got increased compared to the previous financial year 2020-21. For financial year 2020-21, the average ticket size is 1.65 crore for the government bank. For the private bank, for financial year 2020-21, it is 1.85 crore. But both got increased in the financial year 2021-22 also, it got increased. So average ticket size, how they will arrive is that total sales in the bank, that is total amount of products sold by the bank in rupees, divided by number of sales, number of people who had bought that products from the bank. So if we divide that, we will be getting the average ticket size per customer. Per person, what was the average ticket size? So total amount of customers spent in one visit. So average amount a customer spent in the one visit to the bank, it is called as the average ticket size. So average ticket size for the financial year 2021-22 also got increased. That's what they have given in this report. Then 19th news. Direct tax collection rise 24.58% to rupees 14.71 lakh crore in financial year 2022-23. Yes, current financial year, Finance Ministry has announced that as of till January 10, 2023, direct tax collection for the financial year 2022-23 is 14.71 lakh crore rupees, which is 24.58% higher than the previous financial year. Okay, right? So after adjusting refunds, after giving refunds, the total direct tax collection for the government is direct tax collection by the government is rupees 12.31 lakh crore rupees. That also got increased compared to the previous financial year. 19% got increased. So overall, till January in financial year 2022-23, direct tax collection by the government got increased by 24.58% to 14.71 lakh crore rupees. But this value will get changed because it is for the financial year 2022-23 till January 10. This will get revised till January 10. So if you want to study for the exam, the data is very important for the whole financial year. Financial year 2022-23 till March 31, 2023, what was the net direct tax collection, gross direct tax collection. If that data comes in the news article, you have to remember that. This data, you just see it, just to know it, because this is going to change. Because till January 10 only they have given it. Up to March 31, we have to calculate it, because that was the total direct tax collection for that financial year. So for that, we have to wait till March 31, we have to wait it. That's all. We have completed. January 11, Wednesday, Bank on News, we have completed it. Now we are going to see January 12, Thursday. 20th news. NARCL gets 15,300 crore rupees blanket guarantee to tackle bad loans. Yes. Central government has given 15,300 crore rupees government guarantees to NARCL. Who is NARCL? It is the bad bank of Government of India. It is the Asset Reconstruction Company of the Government of India, National Asset Reconstruction Company Limited. What this NARCL does? Normally, in a bank, if a customer gets a loan and doesn't repay the interest or the principal amount for 3 months, that loan will automatically get converted to NPA, non-performing asset category. So this NPAs, it is a trouble to most of the banks, so that banks will sell this NPA to ARC. So there are many ARC companies, private ARC companies is also there. Government owned ARC company is National Asset Reconstruction Company Limited. This NPAs, bad loans, NPAs are bad loans, it will be sold to asset reconstruction companies, or they will call that as bad bank. You see, NARCL is the government owned bad bank. They will buy those bad loans. Right? They will buy those bad loans. While buying those bad loans, NARCL, that is the asset reconstruction company, will give only 15% cash. Remaining 85% amount, they will be giving only a security receipts. They won't be paying the money. Right? So once the NARCL, once the NARCL finds a potential buyer for this bad loans, because NARCL or the asset reconstruction company or the bad bank, they will buy the loans, bad loans from the bank or NPAs from the bank. After that, NARCL or the asset reconstruction company will try to sell to another potential buyer. Right? So if they found a potential buyer, they will be replacing this 85% security receipts with the cash. If they don't, it is a trouble situation for the bank, because bank is selling this NPS to NARCL or the asset reconstruction company to clear their balance sheet, but they are getting only 15% cash. Remaining 85% they are getting only as security receipts. So later only NARCL will pay that as cash. After getting those security receipts, they will be paying that as cash. If they pay, it is good for the bank. If they don't pay, it is bad for the bank. So now the government, central, for this 85% security receipts, which the NARCL or the bad bank provided to the bad bank, which will they give to the bank, now these security receipts will be given as government guarantees. Instead of giving security receipts, these security receipts will have the government guarantees. Then think. So the bank don't have to worry, because see, what is the we know what is a bank guarantee. What is bank guarantee? Actually, a customer, if he is going to a bank and taking a loan, right? Taking a loan of around 1 lakh rupees. That 1 lakh rupees loan is backed by the bank guarantee. That means if the borrower doesn't repay the loan to the bank also, bank will guarantee those credit. If he doesn't pay also, bank will pay that. So that is bank guarantee. Same as that, it is government guarantee is also same as that. If a borrower doesn't pay the borrowed amount to the bank, government will pay it if he doesn't pay it. That is what government guarantee is. So same as that, government guarantee, now they are given to NARCL for issuing these security receipts, because NARCL gives 85% security receipts to buy the bad loans. Now banks don't have to worry, because 85% security receipts will have the government guarantee. Now they don't have to worry. But one situation is there. One more important point is that, one condition is that this government guarantee will be valid for only 5 years. So within 5 years, NARCL or the asset reconstruction company must replace the security receipts with the cash. So within 5 years only, this security receipts will be backed by the government guarantee. After 5 years, If the NARCL doesn't repay the security receipt also, that won't be backed by government guarantee. So that's what they have given. This government guarantee will be valid for only 5 years. The guarantee will cease to exist if the resolution for the account is not made within 5 years. If the resolution is not made within 5 years, government won't guarantee those. Right? Actually, it is beneficial for banks, most of the banks. Now banks are very happy because once they are selling the NPA and clearing their balance sheet, what they will think? Okay, right. Now we have sold the bad loans to someone and we have got the money, but they haven't got the entire money. Just 15% only they have got it as cash. Remaining 85% security receipts only they have got. So after 2 to 3 years only they will be getting those, replacing those security receipts with the cash. If not, they have to bear all the problems. So for this, government to secure the banks and to give support to NARCL, now they have allocated 15,300 crore rupees as government guarantee, not bank guarantee, it is government guarantee. But this government guarantee will be valid only for 5 years. Actually, in the year 2021, government have told that we will be giving around 30,600 crore rupees as government guarantee for NARCL, but now only they have given half the amount. The guarantee is exactly half the rupees the government committed. Government in 2021, they have told that, okay, right, 30,300 crore rupees will be giving us government guarantee to NARCL, but now they have given only half the amount. 15,300 crore rupees only they have given it as government guarantees to NARCL, right? So the largest among this, because NARCL have purchased the bad loans of JP Infratech. They have purchased this. JP Infratech. Then another company's bad loans they have purchased is SSA International. SSA International. Because JP Infratech, they might have got a loan from the bank, they would not have repaid it. That NPAs, NARCL will purchase that. Okay, right? JP Infratech bad loans, NARCL will purchase that. So, yeah, actually JP Infratech loan default amount is rupees 9,234 crore rupees. But NARCL has purchased the bad loans of JP Infratech at around only 3,570 crore rupees. But in that 3,570 crore rupees, only 15% will be paid as cash. Remaining 85% they will be paying it as security receipts only. But this 85% security receipts now have government guarantee for 5 years. That's what beneficial for the banks, right? See, government guarantee will stop security receipts to be issued by NARCL, will also cover gap between security receipts face value and actual realization. Yes, NARCL or the asset reconstruction company will buy the NPA bad loans from the banks. After that, they have to find the potential buyer. They have to sell to a buyer. Suppose they have bought the bad loan at rupees 1,000 crore and they have sold it at, they have bought the potential buyer who is willing to pay only rupees 500 crore. It is a loss for NARCL, right? So that differentiation also, this government guarantee will cover that. So this will apply to JP Infratech bad loans also, SSA International bad loan also, because these were the two companies bad loan. Now NARCL had bought it. In that also 85% security receipts will now have the 15,300 crore rupees government guarantee. So not fully JP Infratech, SSA International fully have 15,300 crore rupees government guarantee, but totally government allocated. For NARCL government guarantees, they have allocated 15,300 crore rupees, right? That's what the news is. Then 21st news. National Company Law Tribunal to hear case on Reliance Capital second auction on January 16 amid Torrent protest. Actually, Jan 13 only, National Company Law Tribunal have decided to hear the petition filed by both the Torrent and Hinduja Group. But now, National Company Law Tribunal have postponed the hearing to Monday next week, January 16. They have postponed it to January 16 due to Hinduja Group, because they have asked more time. Give us some time. We have to submit the papers so that you could postpone the hearing. So National Company Law Tribunal have decided to postpone the hearing to January 16. But as usual, on January 19, second auction will be done. Okay, right? That will be done by the Committee of Creditors. Second January 19 auctioning will be done. As usual, we have seen, right? So minimum threshold value for the second auction is January 19 auction is 9,500 crore rupees. Upfront cash is rupees 8,000 crore rupees. This already we have seen, right? In the second auction, in the first round, the minimum threshold value is 9,500 crore rupees. After, in the second round, the same second auction, in the second round, it is 10,000 crore rupees. In the third round, rupees 10,250 crore rupees. What does that mean? If a company if a company participating in the bidding, and if it wants to win the bid, if it wants to buy the Reliance Capital bad loans, it have to quote a amount in the bidding more than rupees 10,250 crore rupees. So if a company wins a bidding more than 10,250 crore rupees, then only Reliance Capital bad loans will be sold to that company who won the bidding, right? That's what it means. Then 22nd news. Indian banks gave highest returns in Asia Pacific region. S&P Global Company, Standard & Poor's Global Company, they have submitted a report. In that report, around the Asia Pacific region, they have given the list of the top 15 banks which have got highest returns. Top 15 banks in the Asia Pacific region who have got highest returns in the share market. In that 15 banks, there is 2 banks from India too. That bank name is Punjab and Sindh Bank and Jammu and Kashmir Bank. It was also in the list of 15 banks, right? Then Punjab and Sindh Bank and Jammu and Kashmir Bank have got highest returns. So that only they were in the list of the 15 banks who had made more returns, right? That's what they have told in this news. Then 23rd news. Bank stopped to strike work on January 30, 31. Okay, right. So Bank Staff Union, United Forum of Bank Union, they have decided to go for strike on January 30 and January 31. What were their demand? They decided to strike it. The demands were, they want 5 days of banking. Nowadays, for bank, second Saturday and the 4th Saturday is a holiday. But now they are asking that all Saturdays and Sundays they must have holidays. So 5 days only they must be working. That's what their first demand. Then they have to, their next demand is that government has to scrap the national pension scheme. National pension system, they have to scrap it. Then their next demand is government have to increase their wages, increase their salary. Their next demand is there are more vacancy in the banks, so government has to fill that. Government has to fill all the adequate requirement in all cadres, in all departments. Government has to fill the vacancies. So these were the demands put forward by the banks union. For that they were going on strike for they are planning to go strike on January 30 and 31. Right. 24th news. Non-bank arms mooted to tackle RBI ESMA rift. Yes, actually 1 or 2 months back we have heard the news. Actually, European Securities and Markets Authority. It is same as that SEBI in India. In SEBI, stock markets are regulated by Securities, and in India, stock markets are regulated by Securities and Exchange Board of India. SEBI only regulate that. In banks, in India, banks are regulated by RBI, right? Same as that, in Europe, the security markets are regulated by European Securities and Market Authority of India. European Securities and Markets Authority in Europe. They have told 1 or 2 months back, they have told that they were de-recognizing India's 6 clearing corporations. See, they have de-recognized the Clearing Corporation of India supervised by RBI, Indian Clearing Corporation Limited supervised by SEBI, 6 Indian clearing houses, they have de-recognized it. So, what they have told is, European banks which were in India, they don't have to follow this, they don't have to follow the regulations given by this clearing corporation. That's what they have done. It created a controversy in many situations. 1 or 2 months back, it created a huge controversy in the banking sector. It is the same continuation of that news. But first let us see what were those 6 clearing houses which were de-recognized by European Securities and Market Authority. One is Clearing Corporation of India, supervised by RBI. Second one is Indian Clearing Corporation Limited, supervised by SEBI. Third one is National Securities Exchange Clearing Limited, supervised by SEBI. Fourth is Multi Commodity Exchange Clearing, supervised by SEBI. Fifth is India International Clearing Corporation Limited, supervised by International Financial Service Centers Authority in Gujarat Gift City. Right? Sixth one is NSE IFSC Clearing Corporation Limited. So what does that mean? European Securities and Market Regulator have de-recognized India's market regulator like RBI, SEBI and IFSC. So it created a huge controversy in the banking system. Now RBI had told that. Now RBI have come up with another information. What they have told is, RBI had told is, European banks carrying out government securities trading. Actually, European banks which were carrying out government securities trading, now they can do it. Now they can do it, but they must be doing that government securities trading business with non-banking arms. Actually, European companies will be in India, right? European MNC companies will be in India. Now that European companies, a non-banking financial company, the European MNC companies, NBFC can participate in the trading of government securities. Indian government securities trading activities, they can also participate in. This was told by RBI. Now it created more controversy. It created more controversy between RBI and the European Securities Market Authority. So that's what the news the RBI had told. Okay. Then 25th news. Gross direct tax revenue jumps 24.58% to rupees 14.71 lakh crore for financial year 2022-23. This news already we have seen it. But one more important point in that news is that gross direct tax revenue collection till January 10 in the financial year 2022-23 is 14.71 lakh crore rupees, which is 24.58% higher to the previous financial year 2021-22. Right, compared to the previous financial year 2021-22, this financial year 2022-23 up to January 10, government have a gross direct tax collection of rupees 14.71 lakh crore rupees. Net direct tax collection also got improved at around rupees 12.31 lakh crore rupees. This already we have seen it. But you see, in the financial year 2022-23, budget estimate, actually in the Feb 1, 2022, Finance Minister would have announced the budget for the financial year 2022-23. In that, what she had announced is it is net direct tax revenue collection for the government in the budget estimate will be 14.20 lakh crore rupees. That's what government given in the government had told that we will have a tax revenue collection, net direct tax revenue collection of around 14.20 lakh crore rupees in the next financial year, when she was announcing the budget for financial year 2022-23 in February 1, 2022. Now this financial year 2022-23 financial year is going to end, right? So actually in budget they have told that 14.20 lakh crore rupees would be the gross will be the net direct tax revenue collection, but now we have collected at around, till January 10 we have collected around 12.31 lakh crore rupees, so around 86.68% of the target we have reached. Still we are having 2 more months, still we are having 2.5 months time, so definitely we will cross this budget estimate mark. So that limit definitely. So above 14.20 lakh crore rupees only, we will be having the net direct tax collection. So that's what more important in this article, because it is the budget estimate. Because in the budget estimate for the financial year 2022-23, government have announced that we will have net direct tax revenue collection of 14.20 lakh crore rupees. But how much we have achieved? We have achieved 86.68%. We have achieved till January 10. So definitely we are going to achieve the target. Then 26th news. Piramal Finance aims at Budget Bharat to expand. Yes. 1 year back, Piramal Finance Company has integrated with DHFL. Both companies got merged. And now they have told that they are planning to lend to Budget Bharat. In this news article, this word is very important, Budget Bharat, because it is a new word. What is that Budget Bharat? What is the meaning of that is, they are planning to lend to those people who doesn't have any collateral or documents. That is, they are planning to give microfinance loans. Those people who doesn't have any assets or securities as a collateral, for them they are going to give the loan. That is what their focus. That focus they have told it as Budget Bharat. Budget Bharat. That's what you have to know from this article. This was told by Jairam Sridharan, who is the MD of DHFL. He also told that after merging with the DHFL, we are moving to the culture of combination of digital and physical strategy. We are using both physical and digital strategy to transform the market, to transform the sector. So that's what they have told. So now they have planned to give loans to the Budget Bharat for those people who doesn't have any papers or documents to avail the loan. We are planning to give the loans to them. That's what they have told it. Right. Now we are completed January 12. Thursday news we have completed. Now we are going to see January 13, Friday banking awareness news. Okay, right. 27th news. India lets bank to use face recognition, iris scan for some transaction sources. Actually, Indian government have allowed for face recognition and iris scan for some transactions if a person involved or crossed the transaction limit per year. If a person exceeds a certain annual limit, then that person's facial recognition and iris data must be scanned. That's what announced by the Indian government to stop or to reduce fraud as well as to reduce the tax evasion practices. Indian government have come up with this idea. What they have told is that if a customer is crossing the annual limit, suppose per year this customer could transact only up to rupees 10 crore rupees. If he crossed that mark, then his data, that is his facial data and iris scan data, must be recognized or scanned. That's what told by the Indian government. But it is not mandatory. What they have told is this verification is not mandatory if that person gives his PAN number. If that person gives his permanent account number, it is not mandatory to have his facial recognition and iris scan data. But if he doesn't give the PAN number or he gives some other identification card number, then that person's facial recognition and iris scan data must be scanned. That's what told by the Indian government, right? Then 28th news. Credit expansion will taper down next year if deposits growth doesn't rise. Axis Bank MD Amitabh Chaudhary. Yes, Axis Bank MD Amitabh Chaudhary, sir, he told that current credit growth is superb. Current credit growth we have around 17%. Deposit growth is also around 9%. But in the next financial year, if you want to have this level credit growth, then there must be increase in the deposit growth also. If there is a lag in the deposit growth, we could not achieve the credit growth what we have achieved in this financial year. That's what told by Amitabh Chaudhary, sir. So to increase the deposits, most of the banks have increased their deposit rates to pull more deposits, because if they have more deposits only, they can lend to the customers. But what most of the banks did, they don't have enough deposit, but instead they have given more loans. What they have did is that they have borrowed from the share market using bonds and they have lent it to the customers at higher interest rate. That's what they have done. But the healthiest situation for the banking system is if they have more deposits, then they could lend. That is healthier for the banking system or financial system. But what banks have done instead, they have borrowed from the share market. That amount they have given as a loan to the customers, because credit growth and credit demand is increasing in India. More and more people are getting bank loans, as well as corporate companies are getting bank loans. Instead of getting loans from the share market, corporate companies are moving to the banks. Again, RBI have raised their repo rate also, bank interest rate is also, lending rate is also increased. But instead, beyond that also, more and more people are getting loans from the bank, because the economy gets recovered after the pandemic. After the 2 to 3 waves of pandemic, economy is getting recovered. So that is the reason bank has increased the interest rate. But despite increase in the interest rate, more and more people are getting loans from the bank. What Amitabh Chaudhary sir said is that, okay, right, this financial year we have at around 17% credit growth. But if we want to have this 17% or 15 to 17% credit growth in the next financial year, we must have enough deposit growth. So banks must focus on deposit growth too. That's what told by Amitabh Chaudhary sir. Then 29th news. Russia's second largest bank launches direct payments in rupees. Yes. Russia's second largest bank, named VTB Bank. This bank has also opened Vostro account with India to have trade settlements in rupees or ruble in their national currency instead of dollars. Instead of dollars, India and Russia have agreed to pay their trade related payments in their national currency, rupee ruble mechanism. We don't want to pay it in dollars. So that will save our foreign exchange reserve. Same as that for Russia also, that will have a save in their foreign exchange reserve too. Actually, more and more Russian banks have also opened a Vostro account with India. Example, Sberbank. They have also opened a Vostro account with India. Then Gazprom Bank. So after that, in that list, nearly 9 Russian banks have opened Vostro accounts with India to accept the trade-related payments in their national currency instead of dollars. So in that list, now VTB Bank is also there. VTB Bank has also joined the list in opening the Vostro account with India to settle their trade payments in their national currency instead of dollars. That's what they have told. So Russia's second largest bank launches direct payments in rupees. Vostro account, actually Vostro account, Nostro account, every week I am telling that. So if you want to have a clear clarity in that, in YouTube channel we have Banking Awareness Core Concept playlist. There I have explained what is Vostro and Nostro account. Now once again I am telling it. Actually Vostro account is in India we have SBI Bank, right? In SBI Bank, if the VTB bank account is opened, and in that bank, Russian bank account is opened in the SBI Bank in India, and in that VTB bank, if funds are deposited in Indian rupees, then it is called as Vostro account. So we have opened more Vostro accounts with Russia. So Russia, nearly 9 Russian banks have opened Vostro accounts with India. Same as the Nostro account is what is meant by Nostro account. Nostro account, same example, I am taking the same example. In Russia we have VTB Bank. In VTB Bank, if SBI have the account in VTB Bank and accept the funds or deposits in Russian currency or ruble, then that account will be called as a Nostro account. So Indian bank have also opened Nostro account with Russia, and Russian banks have also opened Vostro account with India. This happens. So nearly 9 Russian banks have opened Vostro accounts with India, including VTB Bank. VTB Bank is Russia's second largest bank. Then which is the Russia's first largest bank? It is Sberbank. They have also opened Vostro account with India. Next VTB Bank, next Gazprom Bank, they were in the list. Same as the Indian bank also open India also Indian banks have opened Vostro account with Russia. Example, we have UCO Bank, we have IndusInd Bank, we have Indian Bank. They have opened Vostro account with Russia. In Russian point of view, that will be called as Vostro account. In Indian point of view, that will be called as Nostro account. Right? So overall, Russia's second largest bank, largest direct payments in rupees. That's what the news is. Okay, then 30th news. India to speed up deficit reduction as fiscal target looms. Yes, we are nearing the union budget for the financial year 2023-24. So this year's financial year 2023-24 budget will be announced by our finance minister on February 1, 2023. So ahead of that, many news articles are related to that only. Previously also we have discussed. In this budget, most probably government will cut its food and fertilizer subsidy. They will be cutting its food and fertilizer subsidy because then capital expenditure, they have told that they will be spending amount for capex, capital expenditure purpose, and for infrastructure projects, they will be spending the amount. But not to the extent what they have done this financial year. They will be reducing it. Anyways, they will be spending the amount for capital purposes and infrastructure purpose also, they will be spending it, but not to the level this year, what we have spent in this financial year. Right? So that's what they have told us. India is preparing a step to deficit reduction. What they are planning, what the Indian government is planning is that they have to reduce their fiscal deficit. What is my fiscal deficit? What is my deficit? If I am spending more than my income, if my revenue is low, but my expenses, my income is low, but I am spending more. That leads to deficit. Same as that, government also have fiscal deficit. Right? For the financial year, they will be planned. These were the revenue sources we have. These were the expenditure we have planned to do. So automatically, if you see, definitely for every financial year, government will be having fiscal deficit. But they were planning to reduce that fiscal deficit year by year. So what now the government have told that, sources have told that government in the next year's budget, what they will announce is that they are planning to reduce the fiscal deficit target to 5.8 to 5.9% of GDP, compared to the current financial year target of 6.4% of the India's GDP. So compared to the current financial year 2022-23, for the financial year 2023-24, they are planning to reduce the fiscal deficit target to 5.8 to 5.9%. So slowly they are moving to, by the year financial year 2025-26, they will be having, government is planning to have the fiscal deficit of 4.5% of GDP. That's what they have told in this article. Then 31st news. India's foreign exchange reserve falls by $1.268 billion to $561.583 billion. So as usual, this news every week we will see, right? This week, what happens is that India's foreign exchange reserve reduced by $1.268 billion. So at present, till January 1st week 2023, we have around $561.58 billion of foreign exchange reserve, because foreign exchange reserve comprises of foreign currency asset, then gold, then special drawing rights, SDR, special drawing rights, the amount with the IMF. So the whole comes under the foreign exchange reserve. So now foreign exchange reserve reduced by around $1.268 billion. The reason for that is foreign currency, that is dollars, got reduced. Why did the dollars got reduced? That the reason is that actually this is not the reason, was not told by RBI. Instead, this reason was told by the forex traders. What they have told is that RBI, in order to save the currency depreciation, because $1 US is equal to rupees 82. That much our currency are depreciated. To save our currency from depreciation, RBI have sold the dollars in the market. That's what lead to the decrease in the foreign exchange reserve. That's what forex traders have told, but RBI did not give any reason behind rise or fall of foreign exchange reserve. They didn't give any reasons. Foreign exchange reserve fell by $268 billion in the first week of January 2023. That's what the data is. Right. Now we have completed January 13, Friday news, we have completed it. Then we are going to see January 14, Saturday banking news, we are going to see. 32nd news. Soaps for RuPay, BIM, UPI are subsidy not taxable. Previously we have seen, right? Our government have given incentives for banks to promote RuPay debit cards and low value UPI transactions. For that, government have given around 2,600 crore rupees incentives. This 2,600 crore rupees incentives will be a subsidy and are not taxable. That's what told by the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. What they have told is that the incentives which was provided by government to banks to promote the RuPay debit cards and UPI transactions is a subsidy given by the government, so it is not taxable. That's what Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs have told. Next, what they have told is that the board also clarified that compensation cess for special utility vehicles, that is trucks which carries the loads, for these special utility vehicles 22% compensation cess is also levied. One more information also Central Board of Indirect Taxes have told. Next is that the board told that Central Board of Indirect Taxes told that 18% GST will be applicable on RAB and 28% will be GST will be applicable on molasses. There is a difference between RAB and molasses. Actually, RAB is a semi-solid form of, both is related to the sugarcane. So, RAB is the semi-solid form of the sugarcane juice, which is the syrup. It will be like the syrup. For this syrup, sugarcane syrup, it is 18% GST. Central Board of Indirect Taxes planned to leave a 18% GST rate for molasses. Molasses is the refining liquid, refining juice we get from sugarcane. So it will be also same as related to the syrup, but it is not exactly syrup. It is the refining juice which we get from the sugarcane. For that, 28% GST will be levied. Because using molasses only, many sugarcane jaggeries will be made. So this also, this information also, this rate also Central Board of Indirect Taxes have told. Then one more important information they have told is that accommodation services provided to the defense people in army mess, Air Force mess, army mess, navy mess, paramilitary and police forces will be exempted from the GST. So accommodation services provided to the defense people in the messes will also be exempted from the GST. So this is what told by the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. What they have told is that the incentives which are given to the banks to promote RuPay debit cards and UPI transaction is a subsidy not taxable. That is exempt from the GST. Then special utility vehicles will have 22% compensation cess. Then RAB will have 18% GST rate. Molasses, as usual, they will have 28% GST rate. Then accommodation services for the defense personnel in the messes will be exempted from the GST. This is what told by the Central Board of Indirect Taxes in the January 2nd week. Then 33rd news. Indian Bank expands digital offerings under Project Wave initiative. Yes, public sector bank, Indian Bank have launched a digital transformation initiative to transform their bank to a digital one. They have launched an initiative called Project Wave. So under this Project Wave, now Indian Bank have told that they have planned to give digital Kisan credit card loans up to rupees 1.60 lakh. What they have told is that under Project Wave, they have planned to give Kisan credit card loans digitally up to rupees 1.60 lakh. That they have told. Next, Agri Jewel loan could be renewed up to rupees 4 lakh with a repledging system. So, jewel loan up to rupees 4 lakh, you could repledge the same gold and you will avail again 4 lakh rupees loan. So, this is what told by this loan is also we could get digitally. This is what told by Indian Bank under its Project Wave. One more important information what they have told is that Indian Bank have partnered with Maruti Suzuki India to provide automobile financing loans digitally. So, what they have told is that Kisan credit card loans, they are providing digitally up to rupees 1.60 lakh. Then, Agri Jewel loan, renew Agri Jewel loan up to rupees 4 lakh with a repledging system. We could repledge the same loan and get extra loan amount. Then, they are partnered with Maruti Suzuki India to give automobile loans digitally. So, this is what Indian Bank had told. Then, 34th news. Karnataka Bank appointed Shekhar Rao as new executive director. Yes, private bank, Karnataka Bank have appointed Shekhar Rao as the new executive director of the banks. He is Shekhar Rao. He has around 29 years of experience. In 19 years of experience, he had in banking, financial services and insurance sector, and 10 plus years of experience in CXO roles. Actually, Chief Experience Officer who will report to the CEOs. So, in that also he has around 10 plus years of experience. Now, he is appointed as the Executive Director of Karnataka Bank. Right, that's all. Then 35th news, this week's last news and this day's last news because next week we have January 15th Sunday, but there is no news in January 15th due to Pongal. Okay, right, last news we are going to see. This week's last news. Microfinance institutions to play leading role in India's economy study. According to a study conducted by PricewaterhouseCoopers and Association of Microfinance Institutions of India, they have released a report. In that report, what they have told is that Indian economy's growth will be led by microfinance institutions because they are playing a key role in improving the economic growth of India. So, they are playing a leading role in the growth process of India because more and more people are availing the microfinance loans. What is microfinance loans? Microfinance loans up to rupees 1 lakh can be availed by any person if his or her family income is less than 3 lakh rupees. Less than 3 lakh rupees per year. If his family income is less than 3 lakh rupees per year, he can avail 1 lakh rupees, below 1 lakh rupees, up to 1 lakh rupees microfinance loans without any collateral. You don't have to provide any securities or any asset as a collateral, and interest is also very low, not free. Not interest-free loans, it is low interest rate loans without any collateral whose family income or annual income is less than 3 lakh rupees per year. For them, they can avail microfinance loans. These loans are given by banks and finance institutions. They are giving it. So, those institutions are called as microfinance institutions. So, in that report, they have told us that global market size for the microfinance industry is US dollar $122.46 billion market size is there for the microfinance industry from 2021 to 26. So, between these years, the market size of the microfinance industry is $122.46 billion. That market size they have. So, more and more people are willing to get microfinance loans. So, this loan growth rate per annum will be 11.61% per year. So, from 2021 to 26, microfinance industry have a global market size of US dollar $122.46 billion loans. They have the market size around $122.46 billion. At the same time, annual growth, microfinance institution loan is also increasing year on year to 11.61%. This was also told in this report. Right? That's all. So, January 14 banking awareness news we have completed. Then January 15 Sunday, but there is no news. So that this week's banking awareness we are going to end it. If you are liking the initiative, click the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Share with your friends and your fellow aspirants if you like the initiative. Okay, students, thank you.